Welcome to this tutorial for Start Events. Today I'm going to show you the sign-in page and the event dashboard. So you'll start by logging into your account. And then from this top bar, you can navigate back to the Start Events homepage by clicking this button. Under Entity, you can navigate to current events, past events, persistence across events, and a couple of other things. If you have an organization or have a series of events here, you can navigate to that. From the user dropdown, you can navigate to My Tasks if you're using our checklist feature. That's available in organizations. And you can adjust your settings and, of course, log out. And then we have a little welcome message here. It will have your name. This is, of course, one of our fake demo accounts, and so that's why it says test. And then you can click this button here for tutorials. These are just videos on how to use our software. All right, and then you'll have this bar here. When you log in, it's always going to default to current events, and it will even show if you have some events for the next year or the next 2 years, it will show all of the future events as well. If you want to look at past events, you can click here. If you have clubs or a membership program with using our software, if you click clubs, then you can see all of that information. I don't have clubs, you can create a club here. And then if you have an organization, you can also navigate to that. We used to call organizations companies. So if you hear that terminology maybe in an older video, that would be why. But they're organizations. I can create an organization or I can see my existing ones as well. Let's go back to current events. And then we'll take a look at the Old Town Renaissance Fair when we're talking about the dashboard. Okay, so from the top bar menu, you have the same entity dropdown and the same user dropdown here, so that's handy. And then you'll see your event name. This is clickable, and on any page that you see this title here, if you click on it, it takes you right back to the dashboard, so that's handy. We have a link to quickly copy your event. You can copy it to a new event. Maybe you're doing a spring Renaissance fair and a fall Renaissance fair, and you just want to copy it, or maybe you're just copying it to next year, and you can do all of that by clicking copy event here. And then we have our website links button, which gives you, it's a quick library of all of the links that you'll need. So like your registration link, your ticket sales link, and even your sponsor sales link, and some other things here as well. And if you're trying to make or print QR code posters so people can buy tickets on the day of the event without having to go to the box office, you can do that here too. Now if you scroll down, you'll see that we've got our ticketing information. This is a summary of what we've sold so far. You also see grouped event times. You can tell if an event is closed or if it's open. You can make edits, you can view tickets, and that's handy as well. If you're editing your grouped event time, you can click edit here, so that's nice. And then if you have registration, you'll see registration here, and you can kind of track that data. Very similar, you can view registration, you can make edits to the category, you can add a new category. And then we've added sponsors to the dashboard, so you can see in real time what your sponsor sales look like, and which categories you might want to sell more of. So that's handy, and that only appears if you have sponsors set up with our software. And then the last thing on the dashboard here is data. You'll see that I've added a ticket heat map, so that's helpful. If I want to customize it further, I'm going to click this customize button. And then this is our stats and graphs page. If I want to see a couple of different examples of our default graphs, I can click on any of these here. If I want to create my own, I can create a graph here. And then to add them to the dashboard, I can click this button or scroll down. And then You'll notice that the dashboard location is currently at the bottom. If I want it to be at the top, I can move it. I'm going to leave it at the bottom for now. And then if you want to edit a row, you can decide, oh, I just want one graph on this row or 3 graphs. You can make that customization here. And then if you want to delete a row, you can add a row, you can decide how the row is styled. Once you've made all of your changes and are happy with that, you're going to go ahead and click save. All right, let's go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click this button here. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you is our sidebar menu. So if you go to the sidebar, you'll see we have a handy dashboard button here. That will also take you to the dashboard. And then we have all of our tools and features organized into these different categories. So if you want to look at financial stuff, that's there, growth tools. You can kind of go through and find what you're looking for. If you don't want to do that, you can always use the search bar. There's one right here, and then there's the search bar at the top as well. All right, that was the tour. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.